Build high for happiness? Yeah, right. Could season 24 be an unrecognised classic?
Absence makes the nose grow longer. Cretin.
Come with me as we break down a Seventh Doctor story dripping with socialism. Along the way, I'll tell you why, of all the stories in Seven's first series, Paradise Towers shines brightest.
Ice hot, Doctor. Ice hot!
When is a Doctor Who episode too silly?
It doesn't make sense. None of this makes any sense.
Paradise Towers is the story of a luxury apartment tower block. After a catastrophic war, the tower has become a mini society. Paradise Towers has its own class system and culture. No one goes outside.
We're the Kangs! Red Kangs! Red Kangs are best! Who's best? Red Kangs! Red Kangs! Red Kangs are best!
When they arrive at the towers, Seven and Mel meet some young women who call themselves Kangs. Get it? It's a play on the word gangs. And that's not the only wordplay in this story. In the apartment block, language has evolved. Graffiti is now called wall scroll. Hello is...
Say hello. Hello.
He wants to how you do.
Kill has become unalive. Apparently this story predicted social media. Even names are different.
Binliner. Binliner, Mel. Binliner. Fire escape.
Oh, how do you do?
You might be thinking, this is absurd. And you'd be right.
Nonsense! Nonsense, man!
But here's a question. Why is Paradise Towers this absurd?
Why?
To answer, we need to go back in time. Back to the 1920s to meet Bertolt Brecht. Brecht invented epic theatre, also known as intrusive theatre.
We have an intruder!
How did he get in? In through the window? Bye-bye.
Intrusive theatre, as the name suggests, deliberately breaks your suspension of disbelief. By doing this, Brecht believed that the audience would have to think critically about what they were watching. How do you break someone's suspension of disbelief? Well, Brecht did it with nonlinear storytelling. He replaced props and sets with signs telling you where the play is set and what's in it. Brecht even gave characters unconventional names like Mother or Swiss cheese. Sound familiar?
Binliner. Binliner, Mel. Binliner.
Well, like Brechtian theatre, Paradise Towers disrupts your viewing experience. You're forced to engage less with the actual story and more with the ideas. Everything from characters' names to the weird costumes adds to the effect. Paradise Towers also talks about things from the real world. However, it puts these things into a new, bizarre context.
You're allowed to stop 1.5 minutes for every 3,000 footsteps walked. And that means you can stand still for a while.
Everything happens in one location. This mini society has evolved in a few years. The small time frame and the setting make the absurdity of Paradise Towers loom larger. Therefore, you realise that our real society, which it's based on, doesn't really make sense either. Even the so-called worst part of this episode helps it to achieve its goal.
They buried me away. Now you and I will destroy them.
Richard Briers, who plays this week's villain, is often criticised for his over-the-top performance. But like everything else, Briers breaks your suspension of disbelief. He makes you concentrate on the bigger picture. His character is a grotesque reflection of real-life bureaucrats. Paradise Towers is not subtle, but it's not meant to be. So, what is this episode trying to say? What does where you live say about you? In Paradise Towers, it says a lot. Paradise Towers is a metaphor for capitalism, or at least the capitalism as seen by socialists.
Karl Marx has come alive to me today. And now it just seems so obviously wrong that those who control capital should make their fortunes off the labor of the working class.
The towers promise luxury and fulfillment.
Look, Doctor, look, there's the swimming pool. Right at the very top of the building. Oh, it's wonderful.
But they don't quite live up to their potential. The tower floors represent different levels of society. The bottom levels, where the Kangs live, are dingy and dirty. And they look even bleaker when contrasted with the bright TARDIS set and Mel's costume. Capitalism teaches us to base our worth on our productivity. Anyone who isn't productive is considered wasteful. Paradise Towers takes this to the extreme. So-called human rubbish on the lower floors are cleaned up by machines called cleaners.
Yellow Kang the Last, believed unalive. Reason not known.
The very bottom, the basement, is home to unspeakable horrors. No resident can know about them. They're banned from the basement on pain of death. In the basement, a crab-like machine kills residents. It wants to use their bodies as vehicles. This is similar to our world, where people sell their labour so they can afford to meet basic needs. Yet no one fights back. The residents are bribed and threatened to keep quiet.
Well, it could be arranged for you to move into this flat instead of your own. What's the good of panicking people when I repeat? Everything is under control.
They are taught to accept their reality. As Tabby says to Mel,
"In our experience, Mel dear, it is much better not to struggle too much."
The tower's motto is build high for happiness, i.e. satisfaction awaits if you can just get to the top. Up there's a pool, and you can finally put your feet up. However, going up isn't easy. The lifts get stuck and often trap you in darkness.
What did you say?
Oh, it doesn't matter really, it's just if the lift gets completely stuck between floors.
We're told that we can scale the ladder to a better life, but many of us don't make it. By using the pool to symbolise wealth, Paradise Towers puts our struggle for money in a new light. Material things on their own, like money or a fancy swimming pool, can't fulfill us. It's small things which really bring joy.
Ice hot.
As much as the capitalist machine is supposed to serve us, it's really us serving the machine. Paradise Towers should be home. Instead, its occupants are eaten by a machine hiding in the pool. Why then do we stick with the machine? For the caretakers in Paradise Towers, the machine gives them meaning and power. They enjoy inventing endless silly rules.
327 Appendix 3 Subsection 9, death, I think.
Very good, Chief.
The Doctor, however, isn't interested in wealth or power. Seven spends time with the people on the lower floors. In his mouth, the words "build high for happiness" become a rallying cry for residents to rebel against this dysfunctional world order. The Seventh Doctor is a visionary. In fact, the caretakers mistake him for the great architect who designed Paradise Towers in the first place. The caretakers initially seem to revere said great architect. They talk about him like a god.
All hail the great architect! All hail! All hail the great architect!
Interestingly though,
What should we do with him now then, Chief?
Kill him.
they're happy to use the great architect's image. They put words into his mouth to control others. The real architect, on the other hand, is dangerous. So is anyone really, with independent thought. The people in Paradise Towers seem to believe that things became this way by accident. The truth is, Paradise Towers was designed like this. We soon learn that the evil crab actually contains the mind of the great architect. He was furious about people ruining his beautiful creations. Therefore, he designed this tower block as a death trap. So, if Paradise Towers is a death trap, why has it taken so long for people to break free? Answer: they've been a little distracted. In Paradise Towers, there's no time for residents to think about their awful living conditions. Everyone must compete for resources. And the result is class warfare. Paradise Towers is built on xenophobia. No outsiders are allowed.
You mean visitors aren't allowed?
No visitors ever.
Not since time start.
Meanwhile, insiders are divided into groups. Kangs divide themselves up with colours. Other residents are grouped by age or address. These differences between the groups are meaningless. Nonetheless, they inspire hatred. Because they see each other as enemies, residents don't see who the real enemy is. The episode opens with a yellow Kang. She's so focused on escaping the enemy Kangs, she doesn't see the cleaner coming straight for her. The groups see each other exactly as the cleaners do, human rubbish. Yet, as the Doctor says,
Nothing's just rubbish if you have an inquiring mind.
The Kangs have a reputation for being uncivilized, but there's more to them than others realise. Take the Kang handshake. This handshake starts with overtures of violence. However, it ends with overtures of peace. Like the Kangs themselves, the handshake is complicated. Kangs are not violent by choice, they just live in a violent world. They're much more civilized than people give them credit for. At the same time, people who seem civilized can be monstrous. Old ladies eat the underclasses to survive. The caretakers, Paradise Towers police, do anything but take care of people. In Paradise Towers, gender also creates conflict. Pex, named after his pectoral muscles, is a caricature of toxic masculinity.
Are these old ladies annoying you?
No!
Are you annoying these old ladies?
No, she isn't!
Oh.
People expected Pex to go to war and be a hero. After failing to meet their expectations, Pex is called a coward.
You're a cowardly cutlet, Pex. You'll always hide.
His softer attributes, kindness and compassion, aren't valued. Instead, Pex becomes destructive, tearing down Paradise Towers while pretending to fix it. He's lost, literally and spiritually. Even so, Pex can't admit that he's lost. It would be a sign of weakness. In Paradise Towers, no one is safe. This system destroys everyone. Wealthy old ladies disappear down garbage chutes. Caretakers, despite being promised immunity, are eaten by the Great Architect. Even the Great Architect is trapped inside his own system. So, how do we fix the system? It starts with one important question.
I'm sure the Red Kangs will agree that you've won this round of the game. Are there many games worth playing if we don't discover who's ordering the killings?
Which games are really worth winning?
Remember who the real enemy is.
The Doctor teaches the residents that fighting each other isn't worthwhile. They should fight for each other. Eventually, the residents discover that they're stronger together.
We're closer. Yeah? Together.
Somewhat. It's unclear what their new way of life will be like, but one thing is clear. Fighting for life is a poor alternative to really living.
We need each other's help.
Are you Kangs? What do you say to that?
I won't say Resi's at Ice Hut, but yes, we'll help each other.
Paradise Towers is the diamond in Season 24's rough. It's not subtle at all, but its outlandishness is a feature, not a flaw. Paradise Towers reminds us what we miss by always looking up. Sometimes we need to focus on the ground beneath our feet. Thanks for watching Lingua Anomaly. Don't forget that overthinking is a superpower, and there is beauty in the way that you think. In the apartment block, here we go. Brecht even Gaves? Oh no, I'm too tired. We soon learn that the evil crab is actually, no it's not, try again. And now I get to check if the cat screaming in the background ruined the recording. This will be good. Bye now.